Welcome to Skyscend Pay's Supplier login for desktop access. The login ID for the supplier is an email address and includes standard forgot password and support contact functionality. Now let's log in. After logging in, the supplier has the opportunity to add additional contact information. For now, let's skip this step because my supplier's profile is already complete. The supplier's dashboard is the first screen displayed, and it summarizes the total value of the invoices eligible for early pay and the early pay invoices that have been approved for payment, as well as those pending and rejected. Now let's look at the early pay process. To see the individual invoices available for early pay, the supplier selects either the blue bar or the early pay invoices on the left-hand menu. The list of invoices displayed here is automatically pulled from the buyer's ERP system. This is possible because Skyscend Pay integrates to ERP systems such as SAP S/4HANA, SAP ECC, Oracle, Microsoft Dynamics, as well as to accounting systems such as QuickBooks. This integration is critical. After we onboard a supplier to our platform, the integration pulls the supplier's approved invoices, and only the approved invoices, into the Skyscend Pay screen, My Early Pay Invoices. These become the eligible invoices. Now let's see how a supplier triggers early pay for an invoice. If the supplier would like to trigger early pay for multiple invoices at once, they select the checkbox for each invoice. A running total is displayed at the top for convenience. If the supplier already knows which invoice they would like to use, they can select the Pay Me Now button on the right. Here you can see the invoice is due on 4/12, and there are 25 days remaining until it is paid without using early pay. In this case, the supplier knows they would like to be paid sooner and selects their payment method. We offer 3 different payment methods: Bank ACH, Wire Transfer, and Virtual Card. Our supplier is going to select the Bank ACH. Then they press Calculate Early Payment. The early payment has been calculated. Here you see the original invoice amount, the early payment amount, what the supplier is going to be paid today, along with the bank information provided by the supplier during the onboarding process. This is the account where the money will be transferred to once the Request Early Payment button is selected. Now, if the supplier agrees with the early payment amount, they press Request Early Payment. If they would like to change anything on the previous screen, they can select Previous. And if they decide they would rather not send this invoice through the process, then they can cancel to end the process. Let's request the early payment. At this point, the early pay has been submitted for approval, and the supplier is brought to the Requested for Early Pay tab. This tab is a running list, updated real-time, of the invoices awaiting approval. After the invoice is approved, it will move to the Early Paid Invoices tab, and if for some reason the invoice is rejected, it appears in the Rejected Invoices tab. Now let's return to the supplier dashboard. As you can see, our statistics have been updated. Thank you for watching an early payment using Skyscend Pay's supplier login.